Hello, everyone, and welcome to Someone Should Have Told Me. Today's message that I would like to convey is you are living your life, and all the decisions are yours in your life. Your life, your decision. Your decisions are shaping your destiny. You want to try to make the best ones that you can. Life is determined by the decisions we make. If you don't like the way that your life is going, you can change it. Change it by starting to make small decisions. You don't have to make big decisions all the time. You don't have to be rushed into any decision. You can take your time because guess what? It is your life. Your life to do and be whatever and whoever that you want to be. I was reading something and it was like, life is just an empty dream. It is up to us to fill in the spaces. Fill in the spaces from birth until death. I remember I went to someone's funeral with my sisters, and they were saying such nice things about this person. Oh my goodness, nothing bad, even though, when there is a funeral, nobody gets up and say, he still owed me money, or she still owed me some money, or they were the worst person I ever known, or, no one says all that. But to say a whole bunch of good things, because I have been to a funeral before too, and the lady really did not have a big personality, and her husband had died previously before her. And when she died, all they could talk about is her husband at the funeral. I'm like, oh my God, was she that bland? Was she that blank? That nobody had nothing to say about her? Like she was in the shadows? We left the funeral that they were saying such great things about this person, and we're in the line to go to the cemetery. And my sister says, oh my God, they said such wonderful things about her. I hope they say good things about me. I'm like, girl, be quiet. I said, you still living, so if you don't think they're going to say good things about you, then you still got time to change. And we laughed, of course, because you're the one making the decisions. What are they going to say about you once you're no longer here? What are they going to say about me once I'm no longer here? I would like to think that it would be a lot of good things, a lot of funny things, because that's one of the biggest things that I love to do is to laugh. And I want to live my life to the fullest. And guess what? It's my decisions. Stop letting people put heavy things on you, because guess what? Throw them off. Life doesn't have to be heavy. It is your decision how you want to live your life. If you don't like the way your life is going, change it. Your life, your decision. I was looking for a poem to read, but I found pieces. But this one verse in this poem, it said, life of great men are reminding us we can make our lives sublime, or we can make our lives great, and departing and leave behind the footprints on the sands of time. What footprints do you want to leave in the sands of time? What would you want to be said? So then I found a couple of phrases like, your life is the result of your choices. If you don't like your life, It's time to make better choices. Remember, sometimes it's the smallest decision that can change your life forever. But every decision that you make, it does take you in a direction. So keep making the decisions to go in the direction that you want to go in. And you know what? If you don't make the right decision, it's okay. You can change what is going on at any point in time. You are always one decision away from a totally different life. I found that quote as well. It was by Lamwinsky, and she was just doing a Monday mantra, and she said, you're always one decision away from a totally different life. Life is your decision. Life is your creation. Understand that this is what is going on. If you don't like what's going on, guess whose fault it is? Guess whose fault it is? Make different decisions. Change it as soon as you figure out this is not what you want. Always you can make a decision to turn things around. You and only you are responsible for your life choices and your life decisions. Your life changes the moment you make a new commitment to a new decision. Do you know that nothing is more difficult and more precious than to be able to decide? You are the deciding factor in your life. It was said by Sigmund Freud, when making a decision of minor or major importance, I've always found it advantageous to consider all the pros and cons. You may not be able to control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide how you handle them and not to be reduced by them. You do not let events reduce who you are, because you had no choice in the event, but you do have the choice in how you react to the event, how you go on from the event. It is all your choice. And do you choose to wallow and dwell in it, or do you choose to let's go forward and see what's next? That is how I approach life. It's like, this happened. Well, this is the card that is dealt to me. And remember, I talked about you only can deal with the cards that are dealt to you in a couple of episodes back. But you are the one who makes the choice. Make the choice to let's see what's next. Let's see what's next, because everybody goes through bad times. Everybody goes through good times. It's up to you how good they are or how bad they are, because it's just an event in your life. I did that podcast too. Life is just a series of events. It's how you react to the events, how you come out. It's how you decide that you want to live. It's your life. Here's a quote for you by Gordon Graham. He says, "Decisions is a sharp knife that cuts clean and straight. Indecision, a dull one that hacks and tears and leaves jagged edges behind it." And that is so true, because My husband watches Forge and Fire, where they forge swords and then they test them. So they're in a competition, and these people, they forge the swords, whatever sword or knife that the competition requires, and then they eliminate a person if their sword or knife doesn't perform properly. And one of the tests is a cutting test. And so if it's not sharp enough, then more than likely that person is going to be the one that is eliminated. Life is great. And as that quote said by Gordon Graham, if the knife is dull, it's going to hack and tear and leave jagged edges behind. So you want to make some decisions so that it will be sharp and it will go in the direction that you want it to go, and it will be a clean cut, and you will go in a different direction, and your life will start going in the direction that you want it to go in, because you're the one making the decisions. And it is awesome to live the life that you want to live. Every decision you make reflects the evolution of who you are. Mary Ann Williamson said that, and I think it is a lovely quote. I recently made a major decision in my life, and I'm going to tell you what made me come to this decision. So my major decision was to retire early. Because, they want you to work until you're pretty much dead so that they can keep all your Social Security and don't have to pay you. Or because they say it's not enough for everybody anyway and it's going to be demolished. But I made the decision to retire and live my life. And I had been wanting to, I've always talked about it. I have worked at my job for 37 years. Now, mind you, I tell everyone they took me right out the womb and set me in this job to work. Because 37 years, I can't be much older than that. Well, anyway, so, I've talked about my husband and him being a diabetic, and he has been through 5 surgeries where he has had half his foot amputated. But it does not stop him. I can look at him and I can say that he is a fighter for this life. He walks like he got 2 feet. Nothing is wrong with him. If you were to see him, you would never know that he only had a half a foot. And he makes the decision to get up and still go to work, and he stands on his feet all day. And I'm like, oh my God. Even the doctor was like, you need to get a new profession. You can't keep standing like you're standing. And then they try to give him a chair. He don't want to sit on a chair. He just wants to keep on going. And I admire him for that, because someone else may give up. Someone else may require the government to take care of them. He does not want a penny from the government. They tried to give him help by giving him disability. He would not take it. And so he says to me, I am not disabled. There are so many people that are more disabled than me. And he feels as if he starts to consider and think of himself as being disabled, that it would make him even more disabled than what he is. Because in your mind, I did a podcast about this too. Your mind is a powerful thing. Your mind can convince you to do many, many things. So when you make a decision, get your mind on board and think positively, and you will make this decision work. Guys, you have an empty slate when you are born. It is up to you to fill in the dreams and the things that you want to do. The sky is the limit. The only thing that is limiting you is you. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe that it can be done. I believe that God, the supreme being, is able to do everything. And there's a saying, my Father in heaven is rich and everything he has is mine. All I have to do is claim it. People, you claim it by the decisions you make, the choices you make, the things you do. Stop putting yourself down. Like, everybody have a bad day. I have them myself. But get out of that, because I don't want to live like that. So whatever it is, I'm going to do. I don't care what nobody thinks. I don't care how nobody feels. This is my life. And I'm going to do what I feel, because when I am gone, I want to be able to say I lived my life through my standards and my decisions, the things that I wanted to do. Now, I get married, and I am much more adventurous than my husband. And he always says, like, I say, oh, I want to go skydiving. He says, I'll be on the ground waiting for you. He'll be there with me, but he doesn't want to do this skydiving or whatever. And I respect that. I respect that, because I try to keep my body flexible. I have been walking 2 miles a day since I retired, and I haven't stopped. I started another business, and I have been going to lunch, and the days are so busy. I don't have time. When the day is done, I still want more time. This is a wonderful thing, this life that has been given to us. It is up to us to choose what we want to do with it. Stop wasting your time and stop letting other people determine what is going on for you. They can make decisions, but you know what? That was their decision. And now I got to deal with the cards that are dealt to me, and I'm going to make decisions because I'm a winner. I am a winner, and I'm going to win no matter what event happens. I am going to make the decision to win, and I'm going to move forward to that. And that is the way that I choose to live my life. Now, I started telling you, you know how I get sidetracked, but I started telling you what made me make the decision to retire early. So my husband and his 5 surgeries, his push forward to go forward and be the strongest that he can be, was inspiring. But one day he got up and his back was hurting. And usually I can do something to relieve it. But it was hurting, and it was hurting for like a week. And I'm thinking in my head, oh my goodness, what if it's his kidney? What if it's his liver? And he goes to the doctor all the time. But you know, I'm very holistic. We go to the doctor, and then he'll take all his medication for the things that he needs to. But I'm trying to cure him holistically as well, as much as he will allow me to. So when I started thinking, oh my God, what if it's his liver or his kidney? I was like, I do not want to spend my life working and working and working. And then when it's all said and done, I should have tried to spend more time and live a more glorious life, because this is all we got and time is passing. I'm not no spring chicken. And I want to do things while I am still viable, while I still have my health, while he still has his health. And we need to travel. We need to love life instead of getting up, going to work, coming home, cleaning up, going to do, oh my goodness, someone died, let's go to the funeral. It was at a point where I'm tired of going to funerals and I don't want to go no more. But I do respect the people that have left. So, of course, I'll show my face and I'll be there because it's a celebration of their life. But I won't stay in a depressed state. That's a waste of my time, because anything that is going on with me is my decision. It's the things that I have made happen because of the decisions that I made. And I want to be happy. I choose to be happy. That's an old podcast I did. Choose to be happy. It's your choice. The decisions you make, all of these things. So I started thinking, and they don't even give a pension anymore. But I had one up to probably 2008. And so I started thinking, it's like, I want to do the things I want to do. I don't want to work another weekend. I don't want to work another holiday, because I worked in the hospital. These things you just couldn't get away from. Even though I had worked 37 years, they weren't giving me any props, because now the younger people are working and they don't want to work holidays and weekends either. And you're not giving them a pension. So if they don't like it, they're out of there. They could care less. So therefore, I can't get any perks because they feel like I'm going to stay because I have a pension there. And then the young people are coming in and they're like, I don't want to work weekends or holidays. So then I get no perks for being here for 37 years. I paid my dues when I had to work, when the other people who had been there longer than me maybe got it off or whatever. But now it's not like that, because nobody's getting a pension. So nobody has any loyalty to these companies to stay, because what's the incentive to stay? You're not giving me nothing when I leave. Why am I staying? I can go somewhere else, make more money, be happier. But that's the decisions that the younger people have choices to make. Where I'm there and I'm like, I got a pension and it's building, you're getting still a little money for staying. And so I'm there. But 37 years is enough to give anybody that you're not married to. And you have no decisions in how they treat you. And they constantly pile more work on you, more work on you, more work on you. When I remember back in the day, it wasn't so intense. Everybody got called to work. Everybody that showed up to work. And then you're there. If it's slow, then you're there and you get to enjoy each other's company. Maybe it was a lady that used to make tea at 3:00 if we were slow, and she'd pass it around for everybody to have a cup of tea. It was so nice, so sweet. Nowadays it's hustle, hustle, hustle. Let's go, let's go. You're sitting? Why are you sitting? Oh my goodness, there's something else you can do, I'm pretty sure. So I said, I want to live my life the way I want to live my life. And I have been working just at this company for 37 years. I started work when I was 14 years old, working at an ice cream parlor. The lady across the street, they had an ice cream parlor, and next door he built cabinets to put in people's homes. And I worked at that ice cream parlor. Then my parents, my mom and her sisters, they got a party store, 3 sisters, and it was ice cream, and I worked there. And then I worked at a nursing home. And it's like, how long am I supposed to work and have no benefits to enjoy my life? And so I made the decision that I would like to live my life and see what's in store for my creativity, to see what me and my husband can get into. And it has only been a month that I have been retired. And I think my husband loves me even more, and I love him even more, and we still are spending a lot of time together. He says, oh Lord, she's retiring. I guess I gotta go work more. But I'm like, you can? You could have worked more? Because he would be home when I was home. I only worked 3 days a week, and it was 12 hours, and that was full time, working 3 12s. And so he would be home because he is self-employed. You know, he stands on his feet. He actually does hair, and for females. And so he makes his own schedule, and I'd be at work and he'd be like, oh, it's winter, it's cold, and nobody wanted to come out. So I came home, and he would come home, and he may would cook, he may would clean, he may would take a nap, whatever. But we are on this earth for a short amount of time, and I want to spend my time living the way I want to live. And people say, oh my God, they say I don't have enough money to retire. Well, guess what? You don't even know how long you're going to live. So how do you know you don't have enough money? So if by chance I had to go out and get a job, I am very capable of doing that. So I took my decision to retire earlier. I can't wait till I'm 62. I can't wait till I'm 65. I've worked all my life. I have to live. So now I get up and I'll go for a walk, and I take care of business. I try to keep things very good as far as my bills go, and I want to travel. I want to see the world. I want to do some things on my own. As I said, I created a business, but it's a business I can do on my own time. It's a business I can do when I want to. It's a business that I can do from home. And then it's a business that if I don't want to do it at home, I can leave and go do it somewhere else. I want to be in control of my life and my decisions. And like I said, it's only been a month, but I am so happy with the decisions that I made. So here's another quote for you. And this quote is by James E. Faust. He says, some of our important choices have a timeline. If we delay a decision, the opportunity is gone forever. Sometimes our doubts keep us from making a choice that involves change, thus an opportunity missed. That is what James E. Faust had to say. And it's like, it's still your choice. You do not have to make decisions based on what he is saying either. Because yes, you will miss some opportunities. There will be some opportunities missed sometimes. But if I miss an opportunity, then I feel like that opportunity was not meant for me. And if I was sitting on the fence about this decision and I didn't go forward with it, then that's my choice. That's my choice. And most of the time, you know you're going to miss an opportunity, but it's okay. Maybe that opportunity wasn't meant for you, and maybe you were meant for something else. There is no wrong or right answers. There are just your answers, your decisions, and what you decide to do. This is your life, people. Live your life to the way that you want to live it. Not like your mother wants you to live it, not like your father wants you to live it. Live it like you want to live it. And enjoy every second. Every second. Enjoy. And those seconds that are not enjoyable, let them pass by fast. And then I found a quote by Graham Brown. Life is about choices. Some we regret. Some we're proud of. Some will haunt us forever. The message, we are what we choose to be. And that is all I'm trying to convey to you guys. Make your choices. Be who you choose to be, not who someone chooses for you to be. Love yourself. It is so important. This quote is by Selma Stockdale. She says, we may think that our decisions are guided purely by logic and rationality, but our emotions always play a role in our good decision-making process because we are making these decisions for ourselves. So yes, you have to have your emotions in your decision-making process because we are emotional people and our emotions help to guide us because they are a part of us. And so they are a big part of our decision making. Now, this quote is my last quote because it just sums up exactly what this whole podcast is about. This quote is by James Rifenbury, Rifenbary. Now, he says, you and I need to be the decision makers in our own lives and careers. It is also our responsibility to awe and encourage others to do the same. Thank you so much for listening to me. God knows I love you all. And that's how I can love you all. It's because we are all individuals and we are all living life to be the best that we can be. So the best that we can be is to be true to ourselves, make the decisions that will fill our dreams, fill our lives with the happiness that is owed to us because that's what life should be. Happy. And you make the choice. And if you don't know, because a lot of people says, oh, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what decision I would make. I don't know. I got a blank slate. Well, guess what? You need to sit down and think about what it is you really want. What kind of mark do you want to leave in the sands of life? Think about it. take some time, because guess what? As far as I know, we only get one life. Thank you for listening to me. I have went a little bit over my time, but just a little. Probably after editing, it'll be fine. Thank you for listening to me. You can listen to me on iHeartRadio, Pandora Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, anywhere that you get your podcast, Spotify. And then you can go to Podbeans, which is where the podcast originates from. If you have nothing else, you can go there. Please follow me wherever you are. And I love each and every one of you. And I really, really want you guys to love yourself. I really, really want you guys to live the life that you really want to live. I thank you and I love you. Have a great day and have a great week. Until I talk to you again, I am on it. I am going to give you what I can. And this is part of my decision and my dream, because it's my life. And this is what I want to do for you guys. Like that quote said, I am supposed to encourage you to make the decisions to live the life that you want to live. Have a great week. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.